Pellegrino racist?
Yes, he is. Let's go.
Hey there, welcome back to Popcorn and Beers. We've got your drunk classic Evolution and your butter on top F1. Let's go. To Popcorn and Beers, your substitute teacher's favorite student's favorite best friend's favorite movie podcast, where some use tomatoes and others use thumbs. We use the stuff that gets you drunk. Welcome back to our show. Welcome back to the big screen, Brad Pitt. Ooh. We had a pretty steamy butter on top this week, Jordan. I know Josh wanted to see it, but Josh has been slammed at work. I got to the theater last night yesterday afternoon to see it. It was a pretty packed theater again. I don't know what it is about some of these big blockbusters out here in Germany, but twice now the theater was pretty packed. Jordan, how was your theater?
I didn't see it. Shit. I thought Josh
All right,
said that.
So
yeah. I didn't see
we'll
it.
just go ahead and lead off with my review of the butter on that actually caused me to do a sloppy pour too. Look at how bad that pour is because of Jordan throwing me.
Let's slop them all.
I thought I was gonna get to lean back. This is Brad Pitt being his character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as an F1 driver. So if you've seen Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, you know exactly what I'm saying. But what I will do is I'll let Apple know. We see you, Apple. We know you poured a ton of money into this movie. We saw those camera angles that were phenomenal. We saw you using some of that Top Gun Maverick style film technique to get like inside of a jet, to get the actual G-force of these F1 cars, to get Brad Pitt looking like he's only 40 years old again. It was not a terrible movie though. It was actually a really good movie. It was really entertaining, and I was in it. I was like, okay. I mean, it's generic. We've seen it before. It's got a great Rotten Tomatoes score. It's probably going to get a decent score from me. Say, you know what? I'll just go right now. Popcorn 2.5. But you know what's going to happen. It's super predictable. But it's a Hans Zimmer score, okay? And that's combined with a modern soundtrack. Because you've got like a bunch of DJs in this, you've got like Ed Sheeran, Tate McRae, and it's actually like a classic movie soundtrack. It's the F1 soundtrack. Yeah. So Apple poured money into this. They wanted to put out a really good film. The driving was phenomenal. They filmed at actual F1 races, which is really cool. They used real F1 drivers. Like you have Lewis Hamilton, you have Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc. Like you have a lot of like big names, and they're trying to bring in this crowd to this movie with this obviously fictitious racing team. But it's not. If you're going there for like, oh my God, I feel something, you're ripping at my heartstrings, you're going to the wrong movie. If you're going there to be like, wow, that was an entertaining movie, I felt like I was in the car during certain scenes, I needed to see that on the big screen, kind of like you needed to see Top Gun Maverick on the big screen, then Apple did a great job. Yeah, Apple did a great job of putting that type of movie into the theater. The storyline, you know it. It's almost the exact same storyline as Driven with Sylvester Stallone, and I can't remember the actor's name from Remember the Titans, but he plays Sunshine in Remember the Titans. They did a movie called Driven. Sunshine. They did a movie called Driven years ago, and it's almost the exact, like, very similar storylines, like extremely similar, but they did a great job. Javier Bardem, Brad Pitt have amazing screen chemistry. Like the two of them on screen together, it is fantastic. You're not bored. Their dialogue, their back and forth is fantastic. We're going to go ahead and, popcorn 2.5, I think, is the right score for this. But go into it realizing popcorn, what it is. It's not an Oscar contender. Maybe sound mixing, because the sounds of those cars was amazing, and maybe even original score, because it's Hans Zimmer does a great job. The action flows. It's 2.5 hours, and it's because of the music. So
I wonder. Okay, so we got our Mission Impossibles, we got our F1s, we got our like cinematic experiences, right? And I think that's part of the thing. I wouldn't call this a prediction because it's actually happening, but like, I think we're just leaning really hard into. You got to be at the theater to see this because the sound is so good. Obviously, the soundtrack, the score, whatever. But the cameras, they're doing things like literally. You said Mission Impossible with the plane and all that. F1, that Top Gun, of course. I mean, an F1 car is a jet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's a jet. So you need a camera for that. So they're making experiences that are good for the theater, not so much relying necessarily upon pulling heartstrings. Desperate for that Oscar. They're not leaning on that Oscar so much as they used to, maybe. And they're just like actually paying people to do a really cool job instead of relying on one actor to make you cry. So that's kind of cool. It's nice to see this evolution of trying to keep the cinema alive, I guess. I don't know. Cool.
Yeah, my one comment was going to be about that soundtrack, man. Apple Music. I troll Apple Music for all the new stuff, and yeah, F1 it's got some bangers on there for sure. That's it's cool to see a movie with, that like you said, that classic soundtrack that's just got stars and actual hits. I like that. They need to do that more.
They need to do that more.
Yep.
So we had a drunk classic that both of you had seen before. Jordan, you were very excited about rewatching this movie.
Yeah.
It was Evolution. So Jordan, what did you think when you rewatched Evolution?
I thought it was maybe a little bit more corny than I remember. I've seen this movie a lot actually, and not that long ago I watched this movie. Yeah, I saw this movie in theaters when I was about 7 years old, I think, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. I didn't realize that the general guy was Buffalo Bob, but instantly when I saw him, I was like, that guy is weird looking. He has to play like some weird character. Like, I recognize him, and it was definitely Buffalo Bob.
It puts the napalm on its skin.
John Cho from Harold and Kumar, Harold, is student number 3, and he just has like one close-up shot. You see his face. He's like, and then that's it.
Like it's when they're walking through the cave, right? Like the first time when he brings the suit in.
Yeah. What is Julianne Moore's character's quirk supposed to be in this movie? Like she has like this quirky she's clumsy or something, but it's just like there's nothing more to that. She just like fumbles papers a lot and like trips and falls, but there's never any like.
Yeah, they didn't quite know where they were going with that. Like, very likable, not quite a quirk, but maybe a little quirk. Kind of likes Duchovny, but not enough to. I don't know. The whole thing was strange.
They didn't develop anything about it. It was just like she falls down a lot.
And then they have sex when they're covered in rectum juice from space.
Oh no!
Natural lubricant.
How did the meteor travel sideways into that big cavern that they keep walking into?
Yeah.
There's just no like shot continuity of like the meteor comes down, boom,
whoa,
and then
easy
it's
there,
like,
verbiage.
yeah, and then
Well, it kind
it's
of
like,
It kind of did all over the cave.
yeah, which is like Sean William Scott character. That's just so ridiculous the way he's introduced. Him lighting that building on fire to protect his sex doll or whatever. That's hilarious, man. Sean William Scott is such a treasure. I wish he was in stuff.
Yeah,
So,
I wish there was more room for him.
Dude, he was
for
just
sure.
in the Righteous
Yeah.
Gemstone season 4, the finale. He was fantastic. Yeah, he does.
But like in movies, I think he just still has
Yeah.
a charisma about him that
Yeah.
he should be in movies. The shitty barbed wire barricade that's around this like alien CDC disease, whatever, you know what I mean? It's like just like this shitty barbed wire that's laid sideways on the ground.
Yeah, this is not an asteroid. This is confirmed life from another world. And they're like, yeah, just throw up some razor wire or whatever.
It'll be good. We'll be fine. How about the Cade Madness and like the private? Why are you still a private if this happened like 10 years ago? Like, what did you do wrong in your career to remain an E1? But also well, maybe it's because he tries to pull his pistol on random scientists all the time.
Perhaps, senor.
This movie is just so goofy. Like, just some of the stuff that it's almost lazy kind of comedy writing. Like, they let guys riff and they kind of just went, we'll go with that. They'll giggle at that. This is a popcorn in one. Like, I'm gonna slip it into a popcorn in one just because, like, for its time, like, there was a lot of cool the effects and stuff were like really cool for its time.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I like it. It's kind of like a sentimental, like, time and place movie for me.
Okay.
I think if you've never seen this, you could watch it and you get a kick out of it.
Yeah. All right. Well, I watched this
Yeah.
the one time I saw it in theaters, and I remember leaving the theater like that was it. But I kind of felt the same way about Men in Black when I first saw it, and I've seen it since, and it's a good movie. But I remember Men in Black the same way. I was like, okay, but I think it was overhyped perhaps because it was all over comic books, the advertisements in comic books. It was all over TV. Like, there was a lot of trailers and stuff for it, and so I remember it was maybe overhyped. But hey, second time around, this was pretty good. It was cornball. David Duchovny is like rightfully not in a lot of movies. I don't think he's bad, but I think he's a TV show guy. I mean, let's just be honest.
Dude,
and
he's the king of Riz. He has it. Like, he's just got that, like you want to be around him for no reason. Like,
I want to be around him on a TV show. The other guy, I forgot his name, but Mr. Nancy from American Gods. It was interesting to see him post Mad TV at this time. Maybe he was still on Mad TV at the time because he brought his homie with him.
Orlando Brown?
The little cop.
Yeah,
Orlando Jones. Sorry, Orlando Jones.
Oh, is it Jones?
Yeah.
He had a strange character as well. Like, are they doing like the token black guy? Are they doing like actually I'm a scientist? But then he negates that by like maybe he's just such a multi-dimension character. Like, they did a lot of like weird black jokes that he was.
Yeah.
I don't think he was cool with it, but he said it out loud for the paycheck. I don't know. But obviously old, dated CG, but it wasn't awful. And they did a good job explaining it. Like, the things are evolving. They kept saying evolution. How many times are you going to have a titular line in one movie? It's evolution? Yes, it's evolution. And then the big finale, the giant single-celled organism giant monster. They're like, why does it look like that? Oh, single-celled organisms are often the strongest. That's a nice explanation for this is the best we could do with our budgets for the CG. But it worked, whatever. Because it was like a cool, big, gooey monster, giant scrotum, you know what I mean? It was okay. It was okay. A little bit goofy, a little bit silly, watchable. I say it's a popcorn, but now I'm going to slip it into popcorn in one also because of their blatant, flagrant product placement with the Head and Shoulders.
Big ad for Head and Shoulders.
That was beautiful. At the end, like, just in case you didn't catch it, let's do a little fake commercial too. That was good.
Haven't you noticed how our hair is so shiny and flake-free, Professor?
Yeah, shout out to Donkey Lips. Salute your shorts.
How about
take the leg? Take the leg!
Yeah, that was good. That scene still makes me laugh. Like, I knew the line. Like, what do you need? Do you need us to get you anything? You did so good. I want some ice cream.
Thing. You're so brave. You're so brave.
But I want some ice cream. It doesn't matter. It's for my ass. Like, I still find that funny, and I don't know why.
A little bit deeper.
But that whole scene still makes me laugh, and like the little repartee of I just came to see if you wanted to get some lunch, or have you already eaten? That
Yeah. That was good.
I'm telling you, he has Riz. Like, you can think what you want, but like the way he delivers his lines is good. His back and forth with the general is also funny with Buffalo Bob. Like, this is bullshit, Russell. All that stuff.
Yeah.
I probably said tookie tookie like 10 million times in my life for no reason. That's another movie line that I'll just shout out for no reason. And then Orlando goes, I think we've established that caca and tookie don't work. Like,
that is such like a trailer. Like, I remember the movie trailer. That was one of their like selling punchlines.
Yeah. How about the lieutenant with the mustache, the porn stash lieutenant dating Sarah Silverman?
Yeah. That was nice because I remember her multiple times saying she got out of movies because she always played that character, the mad girlfriend. And I didn't think about this one, but definitely, School of Rock, she was that.
Yeah.
And here she is again, just playing the angry ex-girlfriend.
Oh, now that you said that, Josh, all I can think is, Sarah Silverman does have that angry girlfriend voice, nagging voice down. Like, she has it, 100%.
That's not a big deal. She knows. She can. There's a reason she was in those roles because she's perfect for it.
She has that voice. But no, this movie is like an asteroid hits small town Arizona, and then all hell breaks loose when two community college scientists go to investigate the discovery. And it's funny, the worm splitting apart, like the obvious, pushing the plot, Power Man 5000 because it's the end of the world.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Power Man.
They're going to use napalm. Dan Aykroyd's cameo is fantastic.
Yeah.
Take this bag of snakes. What do you say? Take this big bag of snakes,
Dude,
and lay them out straight for.
I say that way too much, and I learned that in this movie. I say, look, can we just take this bag of snakes and lay them out flat? And I'll say it seriously, but only I know where that line comes from. And people, it's funny because professional humans are like, yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, let's make this simplified.
It's nice, yeah.
But we could use some weenies and some marshmallows, boys. Does he say, I'll take a pair of spectacles and a hot chocolate?
Yes.
I'm going to give it a popcorn and one as well. I like the trip down memory lane.
Popcorn and one.
I thought it was funny. It's stupid, but I know what this movie is, and I know what to expect. It is kind of like one of those comfort movies that you know exactly what you're getting. You throw it on because you want a couple stupid laughs, and you get them.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start off with what we were watching. Jordan, you lead us off with this week.
I want to start off by saying that I saw Elio in theaters this week. I took my god kids to go see it, and it wasn't as bad as it looked. Honestly, I saw the trailer a few times, and every time I was like, God, that looks so bad. I do not want to see that.
Oh.
And then, because I said that out loud, my godson was like, I want to see that. Take me to see that. And I'm like, ah. I told him I'm definitely not watching the Smurfs. Not happening.
Oh, that's not happening, dog.
I was like, you can ask somebody else. We're not watching
I remember I've seen the trailer twice, and both times I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
It looks like the worst. Oh, God. All right. This is a review of Elio, not Smurfs. Elio was not as bad as it looked. The kid is cute. The main character kid, the way he talks and all that, he's really, he's likable. There's some snarky humor, stuff for adults. But it is very cutesy. It's very kind of cutesy. The lessons that they're presented to you are not anything new. Wanting to belong, wanting acceptance from your parents, wanting acceptance from everybody.
Sure.
It's the typical Pixar kind of gems.
Yeah.
The animation was cool. Again, it's classic Pixar style. But just a little bit more polished and dimensional. Just a little bit. You're like, okay, this is a little bit of improvement, but not nothing that knocks your socks off. What is really stands out about
Jordan,
this movie...
So you kept your socks on in the movie theater?
They were.
Okay.
Yeah. But this aspect knocked my socks maybe halfway off.
Oh, so you just lowered them a little bit. Like when you need to get your ankles some air.
Yeah, exactly. Let them breathe. The setting of all this space travel and this different the spaceship that they're on, all these different things, the settings were awesome.
That's cool.
Excellent. When he's in space, you feel like you're in a real kind of space CG scene.
Mm-hmm.
But just like all the interdimensional stuff when there's all these fractals and like things that are not, I don't know how to put this, not real.
Mm-hmm. But it's animation. Like, I wish more animators would have more fun with what you can do with animation.
Exactly. No, yeah. They went for these like intangible things that you can only do in animation. They fully went for it and they pulled it off well. But this movie just doesn't have anything that makes a lasting impression on you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no part of this movie where I'm like, oh, remember this part? When it's like, it all just kind of molds and slops into one, cutesy alien adventure. Yeah. It's a Pixar cutesy alien adventure,
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like from the trailer, and that's what it is. But it's not as bad as it looks, honestly. But I'll give it just one of popcorn and one as well.
Popcorn and one. It bombed extremely hard. It was their worst reviewed movie or whatever, worst reception.
Yeah. It's not bad.
It looked to me just like a standard Pixar. Maybe that's the problem. It just looked like a Pixar movie, not like the next one, you know?
It's weird, these companies, they get like on a conveyor belt. You and I, Josh, have talked about like video games a lot, like EA, how EA will buy a great video game franchise and just destroy it so they can put it on a mass production product process line and just
Madden, yes.
all of them are the same. No. Like, even college football, like, I love college football, EA. Like, if you want me to sponsor and talk good about it, just pay my show money. But I will say, it's a carbon I didn't even buy Madden this year for the first year. No, I haven't bought Madden in a long time. Let me just tell the truth. I bought NCAA, but
I haven't bought a Madden since like Madden 2011 or 12.
I'll be real with you, Jordan. I'm just gonna let the audience know you've never been a real Madden dude.
No. I think I had like 1 year where I was big on that.
Last football game I got was 2K3.
2K is fun.
Freshman football.
Just don't have the time for it.
2K was superior. All right, moving on.
Yeah. So then next, I got to go see Shane Gillis live in San Jose at the San Jose Sharks Arena. So he had a little theater in the round thing going on.
Cool.
Which is a difficult thing. My voice cracked right there. Difficult.
He was very excited.
It's a difficult thing for comedians to pull off, playing to a arena in the round. I wouldn't say he did it particularly well, to be honest. He kind of focused on like two sections of the crowd. He had a really big opening series of comedians. He had his buddy from Tires, which I will review as well. I'll have a short review on that. His buddy who plays Cal, his name is, oh God, I can't remember it.
His cousin.
That guy
his cousin.
from Tires. And he was okay. He had this Australian guy who's from the Kill Tony show, but boo that guy. That guy sucks.
That's dying. That is a dying property. He successfully destroyed Kill Tony. They tried to do that big Netflix thing, and you reviewed it, I believe, Jordan, didn't you?
It wasn't good.
And you said it sucked. Like,
it was boring.
So he has successfully destroyed his own show. It's crazy.
Yeah, and the surprise guest was that he had Andrew Santino, the redhead guy from the Bad Friends podcast with Bobby Lee.
I like him.
He was in The Office. He's in Little Dicky, or not Little Dicky, Dave. Sorry.
Yeah, he was super funny. He was up there for maybe 15 minutes, and he was hilarious. Had me laughing throughout.
He's great.
Literally one of the best and people ever to do podcasts.
Yeah, he's very good. He makes Bobby Lee funny somehow.
I saw him a year ago, and it was the same show. It was just kind of polished. Like, he's gearing up for a Netflix special, and if this is going to be his next Netflix special, it's not as good as his first one.
Okay.
But it's funny. It has its moments for sure. I think it needs some work still. I don't know. There's some lulls in it. But I give his live special, if this is eventually going to be his Netflix special, it's a popcorn and one. I mean, I'm on a popcorn and one.
Man, that sucks.
Popcorn and one
right now.
He's the guy right now, and I think I said this to Josh. I did I didn't even review Eliza Schlesinger, however you pronounce her last name. I like her. She makes me laugh, and I didn't even review her last special because I shut it off like 20 minutes in. I was like, this isn't funny, this isn't relatable, this is just stupid. And like she had like 2 jokes that hit, and that was it. And it was like a like that. Like it wasn't like, wow, she's on her game. And that's been my issue with a lot of stand-up comedy lately. It's almost lazy again. It's let's make some jokes about how rich I am. Let's make some jokes about what it's like going from poor to rich. Let's talk about my kids, maybe a little Trump joke, and we're out. And I'm just like, come on.
Yeah, we need to get shaken up by something fresh.
Yeah,
for sure.
I agree. Josh, what were you watching?
I just had one, and is it a classic killer? Maybe it's right on the cusp. Maybe it's cuspy. Perks of Being a Wallflower. This is a movie that was big for the time. I guess it's a good book. I don't know. But I was visiting my folks, and my stepmom made me or said we should watch it. So I watched it, despite me not wanting to watch the movie with that guy who tortures children. I don't.
There's a guy who tortures children in there?
Yeah, the Flash.
Oh, he tortures children?
Isn't that what he did?
I don't know. I gotta look that up.
No. He what's the grooming? He like groomed like women in like Native American tribes and stuff like that. He like basically started a cult, and he's
an evil person.
He's a really bad human being.
He's a bad person. He needs medication. He needs medication and treatment. But that doesn't mean you should. I mean, he kept people in a house with weapons. Anyway, that's not the point.
No, and I think he physically assaulted a female in public too. I think he
kidnapping, assault, all kinds. He's wild. Anyway, we're not talking about him. Despite him, pretty cool movie, dude. I didn't know it was gonna be this good. It's really sweet. It's very coming of age. It reminded me a lot of future drunk classic.
Yep, good. Totally can tell that.
What's the rock and roll movie with the kid?
What's the rock and roll movie with the kid? Rockadoodle.
Yeah, Rockadoodle. The one with Kate Hudson.
Oh, I know you're. Where she's a roadie.
Yeah. Shit.
And it was like her star turn too, and now I can't think of the movie.
Well, I'll just abandon this thread. So very coming of age movie. Really cool, a lot of unbelievable things, but that's how high school movies are. Like, for instance, the high school is running a musical for Rocky Horror. Never would that happen. Never would that happen. But it was cool to see, and it fit. A lot of things fit, so you're just like, okay, shrug, whatever. Beautiful story about a kid who... almost famous. Unabandoned thread. Yeah. So it reminded me of that, where it's the kid who's too young, finds some older friends, and then they teach him how to be cool, that kind of thing. Kind of a beautiful movie, and it has really cool things. There's a whole, like, right now in this moment, we feel alive, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was a little bit, like, pretentious, but it was beautiful in the way that they executed it.
Right now, it's our time. Down here, it's our time now. Right now, we feel alive. Like in the 80s, like kids, like the kids are taking over the world. This is the time to attack. Like, that's what I feel like you're saying. Like Breakfast Club, you see us how you want to see us. No.
Yeah, sure. Hot take, Goonies sucked. But anyway, this is it was a. I said hot take.
Finish the review. We'll fight later.
It's a beautiful movie. It has a cruel ending. There's like a little bit of a twist. Not a big one, but it's there, and you're like, oh wow. Great actors. Cool. It was good. I give it a popcorn and almost a 2. Popcorn and 1.
Would you ever watch it again?
Yeah, I'd watch it again. Not by myself. It had to be one of those where like, oh, you haven't seen this? We can watch that.
I'm glad that you watched this and it's killed as a classic because I don't want to watch it. I've seen about half of it. I think I've seen like the back half of this movie.
Okay, that's enough.
It was just on, like
Yeah.
I think my cousin was watching it, and I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say about this movie, but I paid attention to about 10 minutes of it, and I was like, whoa, this is really an unhetero movie.
Oh, it's gay. Yeah. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's gay.
Yeah.
It's very gay.
This is very not hetero.
It's gay.
Yes. I watched Fred and Rose West, a British horror story. Now I'm
Oh,
curious,
is this the Netflix
Fry,
documentary?
You live
Jordan?
in England? Yes.
Oh, good. I've been waiting to hear a quality review on this.
Is this a cultural phenomenon in England? Like, do people
No.
are like ever? No, nobody cares.
No.
I figured they
They don't
have the
watch telly.
They don't have the affinity for like true crime and stuff. Like, are obsessed with this macabre kind of dramatic
Well, they are.
crap.
Actually,
Like
they
we are
do.
here.
I think they invented it.
Yeah, they absolutely
Jack
do.
Ripper?
But the thing is, like, you have to understand what a lot of people, like, as much shit as they talk, it's bleeping all American shit. Like, they don't focus on their shit at all. Like, it's funny to me. It's not funny. Shootings are bad. All right? But they'll be like, every single time, like, within 5 minutes of meeting somebody new, they're going to be like, don't you always have, like, loads of shooting in America? Like, and I'll be like, don't you guys have, like, loads of stabbings in London? And they, like, get taken back.
Sorry. You can't hear the stabbings, but I can hear the gunshots.
It's funny because a lot of Brits don't even know. This tells you, like, they're very familiar with American metrics and, like, how many things that. But I'm like, per capita, what city has the most stabbings of any city in the whole world? London.
Wow.
London does.
I knew it was bad, but jeez.
So it's funny because they name off, they're going to name off some, somewhere in Africa, somewhere in the Middle East. No, it's London. London has more stabbings. So that's kind of how they look at it. They love murder podcasts. They love it, but it's always going to be like Americanized stuff.
So yeah, this is a story. It's a 3-part little short series, documentary about the most prolific serial killers, plural, kind of
Killers.
in British history.
Oh, okay.
This couple, it's mostly initiated by the man Fred West, very kind of hobbit-like looking, unassuming
Hobbit.
little man, and he like starts off with just like some weird kinks, but he meets this young girl. He's like 25 and she's 14 when they start dating and she gets knocked up and they get married. And nobody bats an eye, really. They talk about this very kind of like,
That's England.
It's inappropriate, but it wasn't like, That's really how the entire tone of this documentary is. Like, they do some outrageous stuff, but it is definitely an oddly matter of fact kind of tone, like a very keep calm and carry on. They're just like, it's a very matter of fact tone, this whole thing. So it doesn't lean into any of like the. It's just not made the way like an American thing is, with like they're really trying to outrage you in this. Like, they just don't show very much of they don't go into like the crime scene footage like too much. There's a lot of like, oh, and then here they go covering another blanket out of remains. Like, they don't really show you much. So yeah, Fred he starts prostituting out his wife, his own wife. They murder 2 of their own children.
Nice.
The way that they're found out is that they keep telling their other kids that are alive, like, hey, if you act up, you're going to end up buried under the porch like your sister.
Oh, God.
And eventually the kids are like, hey, there may be some truth to this.
We think there's somebody under the porch.
Yeah.
Why is the porch so stinky?
Yeah. they would just like they buried a bunch of people underneath their house and in their backyard and stuff, and they would make their kids go play in the cellar. And when they go down, the police go down there. They're like, you can smell dead bodies like in the cellar. It's pretty disgusting. Yeah. So these are just terrible, monstrous people. He tries to protect the wife from getting in trouble for it, but eventually she starts to rat on him, and they start ratting on each other. And then it's that is that. Fred commits suicide in jail, and Rose. They don't really tell. Yeah. They don't really tell. She gets convicted, but they don't tell you anything about her. They do like a really hard shift to like, this is about the families of the people that were murdered.
Good for them.
Yeah. This is a popcorn in one, just because it's just not outrageous. It's not entertainment. It's just, like educational. It's very educational, not entertainment type stuff.
I wasn't entertained, but I learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, popcorn in one.
Popcorn in one fest. Here we go.
Yep. I finished Tires season 2, and I'm not going to add too much to this. Just a couple of parts that I thought were funny. Playing with guns.
Yeah.
Is terrible. It is terrible. Like it's something I do not. Yeah. Condone in real life. Yeah, I think it's bad, especially because like teenagers are gonna watch it. Like this is such like a teenage boy show.
Sure.
Like to watch, but this is hilarious. Like just the way that they do it is. Like,
it's so funny.
My favorite his shotgun. My favorite line in this season is every car on Earth is an Uber when you got one of these.
Yeah, I rewatched episode 1 with my dad, and I laughed out loud again at see this? Trigger discipline. But you wouldn't know anything about that because you're a liberal.
It's hilarious.
And then he's just like pointing it at him casually while they're doing other things. So
John
good.
Lovitz is actually pretty good in that too. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not a big John Lovitz guy, but he played that role pretty well.
Yeah, he nailed that part. I should get something for free.
Yeah, the budget Rob Lowe guy is a funny addition to the show. I liked him a lot.
Budget Rob Lowe. That's great.
And they're at that tire convention. Like, what is this? This isn't some fat drunk idiot convention. And they just show Shane Gillis like, what the fuck? Oh man. So again, this is like charmingly low budget.
Yeah.
A lot of just like Shane, like let's shoehorn Shane Gillis into a show, just like say some off the wall funny stuff. Ron White's character, the NASCAR driver, the IndyCar driver guy, was funny.
Yeah.
I give this season, God, I'm just stuck in this. It's a popcorn in one.
Really? Okay.
It is a popcorn in one. Yeah.
I went popcorn in 2 because all the characters had more time to shine in this one.
Yeah.
Significantly better than the first season.
That's fair. They develop a lot of the auxiliary, ancillary characters pretty well, honestly.
It was less Netflix slop than some of the other like sitcoms.
Less
they've been
sloppy.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair, but I'm still going to keep it at like a high popcorn in one.
I'm a puppy one boy.
Yeah.
All right, so I watched Echo Valley, one of the new movies on Apple TV, starring Julianne Moore. And it's funny because when I watched it, I was like, I guess I'm like in a Julianne Moore week this week. But watched that with Sydney Sweeney. And
Oh, she got out of the bath?
it was funny because, check this out, in the middle of the movie, I'm like, it's okay. Sydney Sweeney's not really ruining this one. And from the other room, I hear, she's not that bad of an actress. She's just not good. I don't know what to tell you. She's never.
Have you watched Euphoria?
Yeah. I have seen Euphoria.
She's got some scenes where it's like, wow.
Yeah, but her scenes, like, wow, are carried by really good actors.
Yeah.
So, like, when you're on stage with really good actors, you're gonna step up your performance. Like with the Glenn Powell one that I didn't like too much, that rom-com, Anyone But You. Yeah, it was too goofy because I don't see Glenn Powell as a great actor. Like he was good in Killers.
Harry Connick Jr.
But he was good in Killers. Did you watch Killers yet, Josh?
No, I'm not gonna
Killers
watch
was
Killers.
good.
Yeah, Killers was good. It was a good movie.
Never.
I like that.
But this was not a good movie. This was a bad movie. Stereotypical drug guy gonna keep the family held up because I have the power here because I'm willing to kill and you're not. You're some stupid family in the backwoods of America. You raise horses.
Yeah.
And that really is kind of how the drug dealer is. Like, I think you don't understand how the power dynamic works here. And in my head, like, none of the movie made sense. The entire plot doesn't make sense. And it all comes back to you'll do anything for your child because her child is a junkie in this movie who just keeps doing shit to the mom. And I'm like, no. Like, literally the moment that happened, I'd be like, baby, I'm sorry. You're going to jail. We'll be there. We'll visit you in jail, but you're going to jail.
Yeah.
but it goes a totally different path, and it's they do something really stupid, and I'm like, why would you do it there when you have an entire 700-acre horse ranch to do anywhere else? Let's just do what we're doing in the lake where all the kids go. Like, I was like, this doesn't make any sense, right? And then they almost got like less than a popcorn because they came very close to killing some animals, and I was not happy about it. I was like, don't you do it. Like, it's already not a good movie. Like, don't. It's so bad that at one point another sentence was said is, why do you sit through these? And I said, because I love the show that I do, and I have to give this movie a review. I have to finish this movie and give this movie a review. So it is a popcorn. It is not worth your time. It's not like super talented writing. They try to do some modern day relationship stuff. Right, what is it? Blended family style stuff? Not blended family, but you know, like it is modern family style stuff. Like, oh, we get divorces, and dads hate moms, and moms like girls when they're married to dads, and like
that sounds like a American Reject song or something. Dads hate moms, and moms like dads when they're in the bathtub. All right,
we got back to the bathtub. I'm glad you full circled it. We're right back to the bathtub.
But quality writing.
Apple TV, like, you put out quality content, and I'm just begging you, please don't sell your soul. Like, you sold your soul for this one. You sold your soul for the last season of C with Jason Momoa. Like, that last season was terrible. Keep putting out good content. If it's bad, you don't have to, like, greenlight it because you have more money than anyone else in the whole world, except for their maybe oil people.
You can do it.
Jordan?
Yeah, I did a tour of 90s thrillers, and I started with The Net, starring Sandra Bullock.
Ooh, that's a
classic killer.
Yeah. Sandra Bullock plays a loner freelance IT person.
Freelance IT. Yep.
Yeah. In the very early days of the internet. I'm never not amazed at depictions of the early internet.
It's art.
It's insane.
You've got mail.
It can't be real. Like,
no,
these
it's
depictions.
not.
Like, okay, all right.
Not even close.
I don't remember it that much. Like, I was, in the early days, I remember, like, you had to buy, like, a little card, and there was, like, a time limit. Like, oh, you got 60 minutes on the internet, or whatever.
We used to have internet cafes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
Now they're called Starbucks.
So yeah, like, I wasn't old enough to be well versed in 90s early internet. But so this is like, it's cool. Like, she orders a pizza on there, and it's literally like a little picture of a pizza, and she's like dragging the toppings onto it. Like, boop, 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 boop. Yeah, ridiculous.
That's kind of ahead of its time. Because, like,
yeah,
if that was on an app now, I'd love it. You know what I mean?
Look at the
play with it all day.
Yeah.
Josh is throwing. Look at the little fingers sprinkle the basil on the pizza.
Yeah. It's amazing because, like, one, nobody really understood the internet en masse, and then number two, it was so boring back then. They had to do Star Trek stuff, like ridiculous graphics.
Jordan, when were you born?
94.
So this movie came out when you were 1 year old.
Yeah. Yeah. Sandra Bullock is amazing. Her acting in this movie is not amazing, but she is amazing. Never not amazed. Oh, I said that already. Haha. Back up. They don't explain a lot of the tech jargon, and it is heavy.
I gotta upload the download to the fiber network.
Yeah. It's deeper than, like, it's like some heavy, like, internet nerd stuff going on. They don't try to explain it at all. But for some reason, the one thing that they really hammer home is what the acronym IRL means. Like there is this, like meet. She's reading something and it's like meet IRL, and the camera she pans and looks to her friend. That means in real life. Yeah, it's like whoa.
Looking directly at the camera.
The
like,
real
wait till
90s
they
trick
hear
is the next scene is the camera going into her eyeball.
Yeah.
It's like they should. The only thing could have made it better is like, how do I express that I am laughing out loud right now? That I am audibly laughing at this. This is a frustrating movie because it's one of those where just like somebody's life crumbles apart so spectacularly. Like throughout the entire movie, it's like, God, can this lady get a break? It makes your skin crawl how bad things get for Sandra Bullock in this movie. But it's cool. It's like Eagle Eye before Eagle Eye, like just how our lives have, if they could see forward now, it's like just how much our lives are tied into the internet,
And
how
Shia
somebody
LaBeouf
could
have
just
a fucking love connection that I don't understand.
Shia LaBeouf is a
man.
wonderful guy, dude. Well, acting wise.
No, he's a terrible human being.
He's a good actor.
You know, he's worked on himself. I'll say that.
He's like your
I'm gonna
heyday
advocate
actor,
for
Jordan. I swear, he's like your guy. You pull out
Shia
Shia
LaBeouf?
LaBeouf movies, like those are your quotables, those are your references.
He's your Mel Gibson, isn't he?
Dude. He's just, God, he was cool. Yeah. It's a frustrating movie. What was I going with that?
People's
Oh,
lives
you were talking
get
about Eagle Eye,
destroyed.
People's Lives, the net.
Oh, yeah. The internet is everywhere. You could just completely take control of somebody's life and ruin it because of how attached to it we
What's
are.
that other one? It's not quite the same, but the Will Smith where he's running from the
Enemy of the State.
security
Oh,
cameras. Yeah, very
Ooh,
similar.
That's something I want to watch.
I love that
That's
movie.
Like I watched that when I was younger, and I liked it. Yeah.
Anthony
That's a cool
Hopkins.
movie, and again, it's another one where it's like the internet can't do that, but whatever.
Yeah. This is a popcorn in one movie.
Uh-oh, popcorn in one day, baby.
Okay, so the last thing I watched. Yes, the last thing I watched, and I'm gonna say it's a popcorn in two movie.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get out of snap this streak of popcorn in one. It is Runaway Jury.
You know this has been remade too. The one you're about to review is the remake.
Really?
Yeah, this movie's from like I want to say the 50s or 60s, and it starred Jack Lemmon. Oh no, that's 12 Angry Men. Yeah, but Runaway Jury has been made twice.
Cool.
This has a stacked cast. All right, we've got Cusack. We've got Gene Hackman. Hackman. We've got Dustin Hoffman. I was very underwhelmed by his performance, by the way.
Sometimes he just phones it in.
Oh, I quote him in this movie
very
a lot.
dumb.
The mustard on the tie shows that I'm relatable, that I can make mistakes to the jury. Like I do, like a lot of stuff he says in this. You have to think about like from a deeper perspective. Like wow, that's a
Is that why you always have a little bit of poop on your shoe?
every time you got to step in some dog poop before you enter a room. People got to know you're human.
Oh man, Rachel Weisz,
yeah.
who was one of my early loves as a young boy in The Mummy.
Boy.
That was a real awakening for me. Her in The Mummy.
I am awake.
Yeah.
Rachel
Jeremy
Weisz made me
Piven.
woke. Piven?
Jeremy Piven. We have some Orlando Jones overlap.
Okay.
And Orlando Jones plays one of the jurors. And just a lot of other faces that you know. People from different things.
Louise
it's very
Guzman is in
relevant.
this.
Oh, Guzman. Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, it's very relatable, or very relevant, not relatable, very relevant kind of movie to today. A court case against the gun lobby and the gun industry, and the whole argument, the central argument of this. A mass shooting happens, and they're trying to hold the gun companies accountable. They do a hard sell on the setting that is New Orleans. Like, they just throw in very New Orleans type things for no reason at all. There's no relevance to the plot at all. Like, he's trying to get out of jury duty, so he goes to, like, a voodoo shop, and then, like, the lady's like, oh, talking to him, and he's like, what? I don't understand you. And then Rachel Weisz is like, oh, she's speaking patois, the native language of blah, blah. Yeah,
it
it's
means
like,
in real life.
Yeah, exactly. It's very that. The amount of resources that this guy, Hackman, his company is spending millions and millions and millions of dollars to win this is like probably just a similar amount if they just settle. But like the whole point is like it's a slippery slope. If you settle this case, then they're gonna start challenging gun cases all over the world, and then it's over for the gun industry. But you know what I say? Good. They use a lot of like high-tech spy gear on like just for like the most ridiculous stuff here. Like, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot to buy into. And I could imagine if you watch this in the 90s, you're just like, this is ridiculous. But it's actually very much believable.
It's manipulating society. The whole point of this is, can we manipulate society into believing what we need them to believe or siding with us?
Yeah, there's some great exchanges between Hackman, whose character is like the orchestrator. He owns this company where they sway juries by blackmailing people and just finding out like everything about the jurors and how to persuade them. And Hoffman, they have some good dialogue scenes, but just again, Hoffman is just very like half asleep through this movie. So there's all this going on. You'll learn there's a double bamboozle going on here. A double bam.
I love when there's a boozle, dude.
Yeah. And then you get another good little twist on top that you're not expecting to close it out.
Ooh.
This was a fun movie. Again, a lot of belief to be suspended. But like I said, it's a popcorn and two. This is a fun, good watch. I recommend it.
Cool.
Runaway Jury.
Runaway Jury.
Yeah, it's definitely one that you could see more than once. But this is 2003, Jordan, not 90s.
Really?
Yeah.
Just felt like the 90s.
Yeah, we missed that time. Remember when your phone had a cord and people couldn't call you during dinner? It was beautiful. Anyway, do you think Josh's Drunk Classic is from that time, Jordan?
Do you?
I'm going to say...
Maybe. The 90s?
I'm going to say 90s, yeah. I'm going to say 90s.
You say 90s?
I don't know.
I think my friend Fry over here, he likes to jump, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 20s. Good for you, bud. But I'm going to give you the oldest ever watched movie on this show.
Okay.
This has an 80% by the critics, 62 by the fans on Rotten Tomatoes.
Tomatoes?
Let's see how many popcorns and beers we give this movie in honor of the movie taking over the internet. In a couple of weeks, we'll be watching Superman, but no, we're going to take it back to 1966 and watch Batman with Adam West.
Oh, I hate you. Is this the one with the shark in it?
This is
the one with the shark.
This is the one with the shark. This is comedy gold. Just watch it knowing you're watching a comedy. It's so awesome. This is great. Unfortunately, it's an hour and 40 minutes. It's a little long, I think. But you know what? Just throw in the popcorn, get out your Sudoku, and just put it in the background if you have to. This is a funny movie, though, dude. This is a funny movie.
It is
My
funny.
favorite part was when the missile's coming at him, and then it cuts away, and Batman and Robin are like, hey, we're safe. Yeah, good thing those dolphins sacrificed themselves for us. What? Anyway, yeah, let's check out Batman with Adam West.
1966 Adam West Batman with who's the Joker? It's a Hispanic guy.
Yeah,
I can't think
I
of
forgot his name.
But
But you'll note that the actor didn't want to shave his mustache, so just check out his makeup. He's got a mustache under that white. It's pretty noticeable.
all right, and our butter on top is going to be Jurassic World Rebirth, starring Scarlett Johansson. Who's the guy in this? Who's the male lead? Is it that Theo guy? Theo something?
It's Giancarlo Esposito.
No,
Are we excited for another Jurassic World?
You know what? I wasn't
really.
because can we just leave it alone? But no, I watched the trailer a couple times and I'm gonna like this thing.
Okay, Jordan.
It's gonna be fun.
I just Scarlett Johansson as the badass commando. No.
Yeah. Yes. You meant to say yes.
Yeah, but I'll accept her as Black Widow. That's fine. Anyway,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us each and every week. As always, we will see you at the movies. You bring the popcorn, and we got the beer.